So this is the first page that is actually going to be turned back into me from the Accommodations Request Packet. The first 2 pages were informational. This is the first one of several that need to be turned in. So if you look at the bottom of that page before this, it says, please complete and return everything after this page. And that's where we are now. This is the student history portion of the packet, and it will provide me some background information about you to help me better understand how I can best support you as you study at SAGU. First and foremost, make sure that you provide the date of when you filled this packet out. The purpose of this whole process is to begin to engage you in a dialogue that provides a more complete personal profile so that I can make the best choices in determining your accommodations. It also allows students to share how their brain and learning differences impact their lives and studies. We don't want to just look at you as your diagnosis and then decide from that what needs to be done. We need to know who you are as a person as well to best differentiate, best decide what we need to do to best support you as a person, because we're supporting you, we're not supporting a disability. And this document hopefully will help do that. So we need your first and last name, the legal name, the one that you are providing to SAGU, your cell phone number. So this is the number that we need to use if we're going to be contacting you at any point. And that's where it goes. Your birth date as well, month, day, and year. And then list for us some medical and mental health background stuff. So first of all, a list of disabilities and explaining how they're affecting your studies. You may have other disabilities that aren't affecting your academics, but they're just other things that you're working on and dealing with. I don't need that list necessarily. You can tell me if you want, but really what I'm looking for are the specific disabilities that you need accommodations for in your academics. All right, so you'll list them one at a time down the page, and as well as right after that explain their effect on academics, how this specific disability is affecting you here as a student and all the way down. Okay, if you need some more information, if this isn't a large enough space or the disability there's not enough space here to list that, then there's another page after this that's blank, that's left there to provide more information. Write the question number and then list the additional information that I need to know. Okay, and that was the same case for all these questions. If there's more to provide for me, just put the question number and then provide the details that are lacking. After you've provided this information, the next area is educational background. Question number 2 asks, were you ever placed in special education in school? Or were you ever in content mastery? It's a classroom support for students in school. If neither of these apply to you, then click no. Just again helps me understand more about who you are and how you experienced school. After that, have you ever received tutoring? Yes or no? Number 4, stronger subjects. What areas are you stronger in, or are you better at than others? And then also, what are your weaker subjects, areas that you have more struggle in? Do you enjoy reading? Number 5, yes or no? Number 6, have you ever written a research paper? Yes or no? Number 7, rank your study habits from poor at 1 all the way up to 10 being the greatest. Number 8, how do you usually study? What's your regular, typical process when studying for a test, when looking through your notes? How do you usually study? Number 9, the length of time you study weekly. In hours, this is just a general number to give me an idea of your practices there. The next section is just additional information to help me more know you. So list your interests, hobbies, things you enjoy doing, things you like knowing more about. Number 11, list your strengths, academic, personally, what areas make up your abilities, the things that stand out to others about you. If you have a primary language that's not English, then please list that. And if there's not enough room, if there's additional languages that you speak or you grew up speaking, list those as well. Number 13, what do you see yourself doing in 5 years? So just wanting to know your future goals. Number 14, what is your intended major at SAGU? And this last section of this page is simply asking for accommodations history, accommodations that have been used in the past, how they've worked, and maybe, excuse me. So I have a list of typical accommodations that are provided. And what I need you to do is identify them either as being effective in the past, that they may help, meaning you haven't used it before. The ones that are effective in the past, they're ones you've actually tried and they've been helpful. The may help are you've never used it, but hey, it sounds interesting. That might be helpful. Or ineffective in the past. You've tried it and it is not for you. So you're identifying each of these accommodations as one of these three. So first of all, preferential seating. Choosing where you sit. Is there a certain area of the classroom that works best for you? Recorded lecture. Is that something that's beneficial? Having a copy of the notes or the presentation, that would be the PowerPoint, so that you can refer to it later. Use of calculator. Spelling, writing help. This refers to dictionary or thesaurus. Physical copies of those. It could also refer to spelling and grammar check with a computer during essays. Use of a PC on an exam essay. So typing out your answers to your essay questions instead of writing them by hand. Extra time on exams. Whenever it says exams, you can also consider that it also means quizzes too. A scribe for exams. Maybe physical writing is too difficult. This would provide someone to provide that writing for you as you say what your response is. Audio format exams, either that it's read for you out loud or through technology, it is read to you. Exams in a quiet place. That would be an alternate location outside of the classroom where you would take your tests, your quizzes, your exams instead of in the class with the other students. Extra time for work. That's assignments and projects and things like that. Audio format for text. That would be an alternate format of textbook, a digital version that a screen reader could read to you. Now, somehow I said that twice, so you'll need to respond to it once. Next, early access to syllabi. This would be getting the syllabi before the semester starts, after financial registration has been completed, so that you can better plan before the semester begins, if that would be helpful. And finally, the use of text to voice. This could be in many different situations. If this would be beneficial for you, please let me know. If there's any accommodation I haven't listed up there that you've used in the past or you think might be helpful, then you can list it on page 2 under question 15, providing how it has been effective in the past or how it may help you. Or maybe you've just had bad experience with an accommodation and you know for sure it's not good that I haven't said. Please explain there so that I can make sure to steer clear of that too. These are the questions for this page or for this part of the form. The next page is the one I told you about. It's just for additional space for more detail. So starting with the question number, provide the rest of your response below, and this will give me the additional information. If there's something else that you would like to share with me that I have not asked, this is also a place for you to put that there as well. This is the final part of the student history portion of the form. The next are going to be some forms that you will need to sign for me.